This video is now in session, and for the past week, Democrats have been debating within themselves whether or not to take off Biden from the Democratic presidential ticket. Now, there are a lot of arguments to go on both sides of this issue, and I might make a video on these arguments and what I think about it, but what is more important at this point is the fact that these arguments are now being prolonged for over a week. The longer that the Democrats keep fighting within themselves, especially in front of the media, the worse it becomes for the Democrats in general, as opposed to if they had just rallied around Biden after the debate. The reason why I say this is because the Democrats throughout this campaign season has been trying to portray a presidency of stability. That in the past 4 years, the economy has started to recover, the pandemic is way behind us, and that Donald Trump, if you elect him for another 4 years, would just be a repeat of the scandals and calamity that marked his administration between 2017 and 2021. The problem with these arguments is that, with the arguments we're hearing on the media right now, is that when you have Democrats fighting within each other, that no longer sounds like stability. That sounds like an infighting, an unrest happening for the incumbent presidency. And when the American public hears representatives from states like Illinois, for example, say that Biden shouldn't run, and yet you have other representatives and governors that say they have their full support on Biden. Now for the American public, they start to see a party that is no longer in control, because you have these people in this party that are now going rogue. Where is the leadership? What is happening with unification? What is happening with stability? When you can't have a party leadership that brings its party together on a single platform, and when you can't have Joe Biden control his party, then what does that say about Joe Biden controlling his country? So with that thought process playing out, which it is something that has happened in history before in the 1968 elections, where Democrats were deeply divided over who to nominate for the presidency, then you start to have social unrest. And as we've seen in Trump's presidency, along with other presidencies the past 40 years, when there is social unrest, that tends to come at the expense of the incumbent party in the White House, in this case, Joe Biden himself. So what should the Democrats do about this? Well, it is necessary for them to have a debate on this because a presidency is at stake. But whatever they choose, they must choose decisively and choose soon. Because if they don't choose soon, then it becomes harder for the party leadership to then get the party to rally around a single position. When you have Democrats, more and more Democrats saying that Joe Biden should step down, but then party leadership later on waiting out, but eventually saying that, we will keep Joe Biden as the top of the ticket. Now you have these groups of Democrats who have been saying that Joe Biden should step down, now having to essentially twist their tongue, and so that divide in messaging is something that will get worse as time prolongs. So again, for the Democrats, they need to be decisive on this issue, because if they're not, a presidency is on the line. So that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. This video is now adjourned, and I'll see you in the next one.